Hi there and welcome to my next video on my YouTube channel, Unapologetic with Lorelei. I just managed to go out and take the car and start filming just quickly between some heavy rain from today, and I managed to find a dry spot in the daytime. So yes, here I am. Soon I will be flipping the screen, as you probably know from me already, and I will show you the area where I am, and I hope you like what you see. It's a beautiful piece of nature. It's what I'm always saying, but I always mean it. And the topic for today was that it's been on my mind for quite a while now, probably even for years, and it's about assertiveness. And for me, assertiveness doesn't mean being rude or being bold. It's just it's far from it. It's actually um, speaking your truth without hurting somebody else's truth or stepping on somebody else's truth or toes in that respect. But that's not what it's all about, what assertiveness is about at all. And I really would like to talk more about this because assertiveness does seem to trigger some people and they get angry or they turn away from you and they think you're harsh and being rude. And well, most of the time, if you're being assertive in the correct way, that's not what it's all about at all. And but it can be different per locally. It can be different. I was born in the Netherlands and I live currently in Belgium, which are two neighboring countries. But there is a big difference in the way how to go about it, and the much more directness of the Dutch people, and the rather introvert, quiet, don't hurt and don't want to bother anybody is on the opposite side of it. And I think I found my way somewhere in between, but still remaining myself. So it really depends on the situation and the people I have in front of me, or on the phone even, or whatever. So I would love to talk more with you about it, and I will flip the screen and we'll talk some more. So I hope you stay for the walk. So here it is, the piece of nature where I am at this particular moment. We're heavily in the fall already, in autumn, and yeah, as you can see probably on the leaves, a lot of them came down already, but still there is enough to show a little bit of a color screen, and I like that also. And whilst talking about assertiveness, as I just said, and as I said before, it triggers people sometimes if you are being assertive, and I don't think that's really necessary. But of course, it depends on the person who is being assertive. And like I said, in the Netherlands, where I came from, it's more direct, and the people say, you know, what's on their mind, not too many filters. And in Belgium, they rather tiptoe around it all, than rather than um, actually to avoid the risk of offense, and they feel very easily offended as well. While the Dutch people, you know, they can take a kind of a punch, but yet again, that doesn't sound what assertiveness is all about, really, because you shouldn't be having to take a punch if you are being approached by somebody who is assertive. But I think somewhere between those extremes from the neighboring country cultures, I found it. And I say many times to myself, but also to people around me, that assertiveness, I think, I used to think rather that it did mean loud and everything, and being very straightforward, on the edge of being bold and almost unpolite. But I learned along the way that it's not what it's all about at all, and it can save you some conflicts if you know how to deal with it, and how to approach it, and how to express yourself. Because I believe that being assertive is about being clear. I'm not just gonna Here's the path. I think I'm just gonna be, I'm just gonna be a little bit different, and I'm just gonna go off the path and see where I walk and where I get from here. Where will I end up? It's beautiful. I hope you like the scenery as well, what I show you. But as I said, it's about being clear, and it's not about controlling outcomes and forcing your way and getting your way. And because I think it's about standing in your truth, but just calmly and confident. And when you do that, some people will still misunderstand you, but that says more about their insecurities than about your intent with your being assertive. And I think for women, being assertive still comes with more judgment than when a man does it. I can expect probably loads of comments here when I'm saying this, but this I don't want to go too deep into that man difference kind of thing, but it is a little bit though, and for what I believe anyhow, and that's what this channel is all about. I share my beliefs, my insights, my experiences, and of course, you do not have to agree with me at all. And you can always let me know if you have another insight or if you think differently about it. Do share in the comments, and I'll welcome it. I will read it, and I will respond to it. And I think, as I said, for women, if you're too strong, too cold, or too opinionated, being seen like that anyhow if you are being assertive. But I think also for women and men, being assertive is like the most powerful form of self-care, really, because it says, I matter too. That's what you're actually saying when you are being assertive. I do matter in the whole situation, in our conversation, in our relationship, in wherever you are at that particular moment. But you can be gentle and grounded and still hold your boundaries with it. And I think that is the ultimate way of being assertive. Now, I do understand that in a work settings it can be a little bit tricky because you have to read the room a little bit. You have to know who's who, and deliver your truth with a little bit of grace. And that's not manipulation, I believe. That's mastery. I mean, manipulation is got a negative thing, and if you're talking about negative, then the whole marketing world is one big kind of manipulation, I believe. But yeah, you have to deal with it. You have to filter it, and you have to see for yourself what's in it for you and what you just keep out and set your boundaries for. So that's outward, but also inward. And as I said, it's not manipulation in a work setting. It's mastery, and it's knowing when to speak and when to be silent, and which one of them will carry more weight at that particular moment. And of course, when you speak, it's also what you speak about and how you say it. And I think assertiveness isn't about confrontation. It's clearly more wrapped in being calm, and I believe it's more of an art of saying something without having to feel guilty. And also on top of that is about saying yes without fear and without having to fear that you're stepping on somebody's toes or truth, because you're not doing that. They might perceive it that way, but that's not what you do. And I think about taking up your rightful space without needing to shrink or to roar. That's where it's at. Because I believe if somebody calls you, being difficult for setting your boundaries, then yeah, I think you have to remember yourself, if you remind yourself that it's just a mirror of their discomfort and it's not your mistake. And I do believe that self-respect is sorry, I mean assertiveness is self-respected action. And I believe that you do deserve to live your life that reflects that. And I even have the other word, unapologetic, for it. Even a lot of people might find unapologetic even a rude word. And why is that? It doesn't mean unapologetic, it doesn't mean regardless of anything, I will barge over everything. No, it's being unapologetic, it's being yourself without having to apologize, because you're being tactful and you're doing things in the rightful manner. You're saying things in the rightful manner and you try to tell them at the right moment. Yeah, there's a lot of thinking and just talking, isn't it? It's not just talking sometimes, but still. Well, I hope you enjoyed the scenery, what I've showed you here. It's very calm and dry at the moment, I'm lucky. And it's not far from where I live, so I took the risk of walking outside without a coat, and it worked out well. Anyhow, by saying all of this about assertiveness, about self-care, self-respect, about people may understand or misunderstand you, maybe it triggers you something, or it resonates to you, and perhaps those words can mean something for you, and saying, well, I'm going to think about this over the weekend, because or in the week, whichever moment you are listening to this video. I hope it spurred you onto something, or triggered you something, or if you know somebody who could use hearing those words, do pass it on. And in the meantime, I wish you a very, very nice day. Take good care of yourself and your loved ones. And for sure, I hope to see you in my next video. You may subscribe to my channel, you may give a thumbs up, or if you're into any of that, then don't. It's all, of course, up to you. And once again, I said, have a nice day, and I do hope to see you in my next video. Bye.